Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. So we're doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 verse 9 right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the personalist and impersonalist verse, and usually I talk about what I want to share earlier before I do the verse, but I'm going to now do the verse first and then talk about the impersonalist and personalist world. So those who want to stay for it and hear what has been going on in my life and what has made me completely get strong and solid on the personalist perspective can stay. Otherwise, those who are not interested can leave. Okay, so let me do that. Let me sing. I just want to let you know that I'm in a very emotional state right now. um, I'm feeling so good. It's so loved by God that I'm in a, yeah, okay. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन. Okay, so the translation here is: one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjun. So Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, those who know that transcendental activities of my birth, karma of mine, the transcendental birth and work of mine, evam yo veti tadvitaha. Like this, anyone who knows in reality, anyone who knows the reality of my transcendental birth, karma is work, right? Tyaktva deham punarjanma. Tyag is like leaving this body, deham, leaving this body. Punaha, again, janma, birth. So after on leaving this body, this birth again, never, never, mam, eti, sorjana, never does attain unto me, he, O Arjun. So basically, so so those who knows in reality, anyone who knows in reality the transcendental birth and work and activities of mine, on leaving this body, never again do they give birth, and they attain onto me. They attain me, Arjun, O Arjun. So again, he is. He's saying this quote. This verse is quoted more by Prabhupada than 4.7, 4.8, which are the very, very, very popular verses because of B.R. Chopra's Mahabharat. Okay, so let's read Swami Mukundanand. He says, "Those who understand the divine nature of my birth and activities, O Arjun, upon leaving the body, do not have to take birth again, but come to my eternal abode." Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so let me go and let me explain the impersonalist and personalist thing. So this started because I was panicking about something. I was feeling really bad about something. There was this childhood patterns that we have that, the trauma. Trauma is I don't know. Trauma is a very loaded word, so I don't know how you will respond to it. So that's why I'm hesitating using it. But basically, there was this. I got triggered. Yeah, that's a much better way of saying it. I got triggered by something. I got very, very triggered by something, and I started panicking a little bit. And I was praying, and but I was panicking, and I didn't know how to handle it. So I decided. So I have done this 10-day silent retreat called Vipassana. And I did this in 2014. I've been meaning to do this many times since then, and I've signed up for it many times, but I've never really gone. So I decided to sign up for it again. The one in Washington State, which is where I'm at, was booked out till December. And so I found one in Idaho, which was available like 2 days later. It was starting 2 days later and it had an availability. So I signed up and I was like, okay, I'll drive 10 hours, 11 hours or something, but I'll get there. And I just need something because I need to calm down. I need to get out of this panic mode and this panic zone. So I signed up for it, and then I was having conversations with someone, and this is what I understood from that, and just completely life transformative. So when I'd done this earlier in 2014, I got blocked at one point and I didn't fully give in. I didn't fully, because the word that they kept using in the Vipassana was equanimity. When you see something, don't feel attached or averse to anything. Just be equanimous to everything. And that is great. That is there in the Gita as well, right? The attachment and aversion. There's so much conversation about not being attached or averse to anything and just taking everything as is. So over time, at that time, I didn't manage to fully get into it because I was like, I don't want that. I don't want peace. I don't want just calm. I want joy. I want like incredible amount of love and joy. So I don't want it. And then over time, I started to experience deeper peace. And I was like, yeah, there is a lot of joy that comes from this peace. So I'd even asked teachers there this question. Like, I don't want peace. I want intense amounts of love and joy. But I hadn't been able to get a satisfactory answer. And so over time, I was like, okay, maybe I'm just blocking myself and I'm not fully understanding. So I decided to give this a try again and this time give everything I had. But this conversation changed everything. This conversation was about this is what impersonalism versus personalism is all about. In the personalist world, in the bhakti world, we do feel that intense emotion. In the impersonalist world, in the non-dualist world, we don't. We feel. So the aversion and attachment is important for material things. But in the impersonalist world, there is no pathway to feeling. I'm talking about feeling here. This intense love and joy that is there. It is there. There is a lot we can get out of it from what I've heard. I don't know any of this thing, but there is a lot. This is so much better than being on this material plane. And people can feel that. And it is so much higher and so much sweeter and so much nicer. And it is nowhere in comparison to what we feel when we allow ourselves to really be in bhakti mode. Because then we feel this intense amount of love and joy in our hearts, because we're connecting with God in a personal form. We're doing everything we're doing all day long. Whatever we're doing for God. We're eating because we want to be able to maintain our body so we can serve God. We're going for a walk for that. We're doing our work for that. We're going to work making money so that we can have a home and we can feel stable and have a foundation so that we can serve God. Our entire life just becomes about God. How can I love you? How can I love you? And because our hearts are craving to love more than to receive love, and we do receive love, we receive so much love from God if we just sit and stop and notice all the things that are happening, and we're intentional. We ask this question, why did this happen? Even if it looks like it's a bad thing that happened, we ask ourselves, why did this happen? And we notice, and we'll see how much God loves us. And then when we just pour ourselves into God and how do we love you, then the whole thing transforms. And I've gotten glimpses of that. So another thing I used to say, and this was also an impersonalist way of saying it, and this is where I had this glimpse. So you see for yourself what you feel, when you hear this story, you tell me what you feel. So I go for a walk to a nearby lake. It's a 2 mile round trip. Like when the lake is 1 mile from my house. So I go there every day in summer, or almost every day, as much as like I might miss some days, but I go, and it's beautiful. I love this lake. So I went there yesterday, and I went early morning. There wasn't anybody there, so I was just sitting there. And so in my personal growth world, what I used to pray to God is, please do whatever needs to be done. Please have, in this situation, please have the outcome that is for the highest good. I used to pray. I've been praying like this for years. Like, whatever in this situation, please let the outcome be for the highest good. And I switched. I with help, I switched, and I switched to saying, please help me. Please have this situation be in the outcome of the situation be. I'm not articulating it very well, but basically that's the meaning. Please help this situation have an outcome that makes you happy, that brings joy to you, that brings a smile to your face. And that changed everything. That's where I got the glimpse, because and I'm saying this to Krishna, right? I'm praying to Krishna. And I'm just imagining him feeling happy, because this is an emotional thing. This goes from the head thing for the highest good. It's so dry. It's like, yeah, do the right thing, But here I'm like, do the thing that makes you happy. I'm going into emotions. So I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this joy just at the thought of making God happy, or at the thought of being there for God in such a way, being an instrument for God, so that I can bring a smile to his face. And I'm imagining him having a smile on his face, and I'm having a smile on my face. And I'm literally I'm smiling. I'm happy at that. And this is where the difference was. I'm happy. I'm saying this and I'm happy. I'm not just saying, please do it for the highest good. And this might be anything. And it's like, oh, it might be a bad thing, or it might be a good thing. And I might feel bad, but whatever is for the highest good, God, do it. Please do it. And it doesn't matter how I feel. It's like, yeah, okay, but now I'm happy, because I'm doing something to make God happy. And my heart is expanding. And I'm feeling more connected. I'm feeling this glimpse. But I'm feeling happy. And I'm so happy that I'm feeling happy. It's like a cascading upward spiral. I'm happy, and then I'm feeling thrilled that I'm happy. And I can't stop feeling happy the whole day, because this is such a huge breakthrough. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is my story of why I believe now I am no longer, in my description of my Bhagavad Gita studies, or of this video, of every video basically, I've said that I'm trying to study different versions of the Bhagavad Gita, and I started this project with that. I attained 5, I think, different versions, and I started studying them a little bit, and they kind of fell off, like it's only been Swami Mukundan and then this. But because they didn't resonate. But the purpose was to try to get to a place where I know what I want and who I am. Am I a personalist or an impersonalist? What are the differences, and how do they? And I think I'm getting very solid and firm right now that I want love. I want an intense, immense amount of joy and love in my heart. I do not want just peace, and I do not want highest good. I want God to be happy, and I want that it makes me happy to make God happy. And it's the same thing that I've mentioned many times. The hand, if the hand gets nourished by the rest of the body sends it blood and oxygen and whatever nutrients and everything that it needs, and the hand is nourished. And the hand serves the body. This is an example that's given in the Shastras. The hand serves the body. Now the hand can get into this ego mode and sever itself from the rest of the body. It's not going to survive, and it's not going to be happy. And but the hand can say, I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to do what the body wants to do. But now the hand is a part of the body, and it does the body's bidding. I want to move the hand, and I move the hand. And it does the body's bidding. And look at it. It's very healthy and happy and perfect, right? It's aligned with its purpose. So this is where I want to be. I want to be aligned with the purpose. I want to be aligned with God. I am an ansh, a part of God. I am this hand, and God is nurturing me. And God has given us an ego. God has not given this hand an ego, and it cannot sever and survive on its own. But God has given us an ego, and we can sever ourselves from God, and we can survive. Even though God doesn't leave us, because every breath comes from God, our consciousness comes from God. So God never leaves us. God loves us, but we can leave God. We can choose to not um, align with God. We can choose to do our own thing, and God gives us free will, and God gives us the permission to do that, and He gives us everything that we need to live in this material world so that we can do that. And He stays with us. He wants us. He loves us. He wants us. He loves us throughout. He's loved. I was an atheist, and He loved me like mad. Even through then, I can see so many things, so many ways in which He loved me. But when we decide that we want to be aligned and we want to do your bidding, like this hand will do our body's bidding, when we decide that we want to do his bidding, then everything just becomes gloriously beautiful and gloriously joyful and loving. And these are all theoretical concepts for me, and I want to get to a place, I want so desperately to get to a place where I can experience it. But now I'm starting to see that people have experienced it. I'm starting to believe it. I'm starting to notice it around me. And I want it. And the way to do it is just associate with people who have achieved it. And the people who have achieved it, the best way to associate with people who have achieved it is listen to them speak. Their YouTube videos or their, Prabhupada, read his books, and listen to all these like amazing people, Radhanath Swami Maharaj, like listen to all of these people who are realized, and when you listen to them, then you get inspired because you're associating with people, you're raising your consciousness and your vibration to their level. Okay, I hope that made sense. I hope I was able to help in some way. Okay, wish you all a very, very beautiful day. Radhe Radhe. Wish you a lot of love for God. Wish you a lot of, I'm not going to say love from God because that's just there. That's unconditional. That's always there. Just You just need to open your eyes and look and just ask, question, how is God loving me in this situation? Would wish you a lot of love for God. Radhe Radhe.